Welcome back to another Minekingdoms video. So today we are going to be doing something a little different. I like to keep things a little different. I like that, the series isn't just going to be about, oh look, let's click on and make this building. Okay, cool, this building's made. Now let's make another. Which is still important. But as you can see, first of all, we have completely changed up our storage. I was tired of just having barrels thrown all around upstairs. So I used the slime chunk thing I dug out. And I got stuff pretty well organized, and I'm using drawers. I also installed the Jade mod. That way I can actually see what is inside the drawers, which is pretty sick, pretty cool. Also shows you what's inside chests when you look at them. So now we can actually see what is, what we have. So what we are going to do is we're going to just get geared up. We're going to get resources. We're just going to progress through Minecraft itself. Because right now we've been struggling with unenchanted iron tools, having to run back and forth constantly to gather things. I spent so long in my chest to try to find items the villagers were requesting. So what we're going to do is, I think the consensus was you guys didn't mind if I use the magic mod, which is cool. So we're going to use that magic mod. Also, I made some new armor. I'll talk about that in a second. We're going to use that magic mod. And we're going to start digging a giant mine shaft down here that we can use, and we can just start strip mining with the spectral hammer and just get rich. And then my goal is to create a enchanting table, get enchanted gear, go to the Nether, just do a lot of basic Minecraft things that I've been putting off. That way we can just be a lot more efficient with our colony. Before we do that, because we're going to be inside the colony while we're digging this this mine, I'm going to make sure that we stay inside colony border. I would like to make sure all of my open requests are full, or at least most of them. That way my people still have work to do. And then one more thing that I'm going to do on camera here is I'm actually going to turn cheats on real quick. Gamerule patrol. I'm going to turn patrols off because that do patrol spawning false. Minecolonies has raids where, like barbarians and stuff will come raid your colony, but pillagers just spawning in the middle of your colony with no notice and they just pop up and just kill things is I don't think that's a good mechanic. I don't think that's intentional for Minecolonies. I think the raids are intentional from barbarians, where it announces it saying, hey, we spot barbarians from the north, let's go defend our colony. That's fun. What's not fun is like stuff spawns and immediately kills villagers, like how D'Angelo died without the chance of defending. Like, even if we had guards, it wouldn't have mattered because he would have just, they spawned like on top of him. So anyway, if you guys aren't a fan of that change, let me know. I can switch it back, but I think that's going to be the most fair thing, because I can't just always be up there running patrols looking for pillagers. All right, the requests are pretty much all caught up on, just a bunch of food stuff that's always going to be here. But I do have a question for you guys. How do you make the farmers work faster? Our farmer here is so slow. Is it the level of tools that they're using? Because we have a level 2 farm, should I be giving her an iron hoe? Would that make her move faster? Because right now, as you can see, she's just so slow. She moves like a couple blocks, plants a seed, waits 10 seconds, moves up a couple blocks, plants another seed. So if there's a way to make her move faster, I would love to figure that out, because this is painful. In Minecolonies, there's a block called the stash. So what the stash actually does is, when you want something to be put in the warehouse, you can just throw it all into the stash. So what I'm thinking of doing is creating like some type of pipe system or conveyor system from down in my workshop all the way up to a stash. Maybe if it's just like right here. And then what the colonists can do is they can come grab the things out of the stash, and I can just be standing down there with my requests or with my resource scroll and be like, oh, you need cobblestone? I'll put it in my conveyor system. Now it's going to pop up here in the stash, and then our courier will put it into the warehouse, and then they can then send it out to where it needs to go. I think I want to get that done. I don't exactly know how I'm going to do that, but if you guys have any suggestions on that, let me know, because that's something I think would be really efficient. Oh my goodness. It happened. My slime chunk has spawned slimes many, many years later. But we finally have slime from our slime chunk. This is amazing. So here we are at Y negative 48. It's where I like to mine at. This is my favorite level. So now we can just use Spectral Hammer with our new armor, by the way. It's the Scarecrow armor. It's pretty easy to make. Took pretty much all of our arcane essence though. But this gives me a lot more max mana so that I can spam this a lot more often without having to wait for it to the mana to regenerate. I gotta say, this mining method is so powerful. I've barely been mining, and I have found 11 diamonds. I found some arcane debris sticking out that I'm going to leave there so I can mine that later when we get netherite. But just look at this. This is insane. It feels kind of overpowered, but after all, we're the Wizard King. We deserve to be a little bit overpowered, right? Alright, I have just completed an entire loop around our colony on the map. As you can see, this tunnel, this 3x3 tunnel, all around the colony, plus it's here in the middle. Eventually I'll make stairs or a water elevator or something to get up and down from our base. But now the plan is just going to be to, now that I have the border, to just go through and just take everything else out and just mine this whole area completely out. Alright, I'm out of torches. This is where we're going to end off the mining. So, we got 25 diamonds, which is nice. We're going to be able to make diamond tools. Tons of redstone, as we can see in here as well. Lots more iron, so we can, you know, craft the iron bars and the chains and everything. And then whenever I need more stuff, I can just come down to this hole, give my people stuff to do, come down here, and just start bonking away at the stone. Alright, so I have been traveling quite a bit because my goal right now is to get books. So as I've been traveling, I've been gathering sand, I've been gathering... What the heck is that noise? What is that noise? Oh, what the... Okay, okay. Calm down, buddy. Chill out. Okay, okay. We want nothing to do with him. Use our speed boost, get away, heal up. Okay, well anyway, we needed acacia logs, we needed dyes, we needed a lot of different things. You know, keep progressing with our colony. Also, we had a birth in the town while I was gone. They finished building the house, and then we actually had a baby born, which is sweet. And let's loot the good stuff. So a Vindicator. Oh, that almost one-shot me. That is insane. Oh! But it's all worth it. Summon Horse, Firecracker. It's all worth it. It is so worth it. I'm just kind of looking at the inks in my inventory, and it makes sense on what they do now. So it looks like you can take a rare spell, use an epic ink, and turn it into an epic spell, which will increase the potency of the spell, which is nice, because I would definitely like to take my Spectral Hammer and level it up to see what it does. I think I want to get that 5x5 epic. I think that would be, you know, that's so much more coverage while strip mining. While I was looking around on the map, plotting my course back home, I noticed a little bit south of the camp that we raided, there's like a pyramid. It kind of looks like a jungle pyramid almost, but a little bit bigger. So we're definitely going to check this out to see what kind of loots we can get. My inventory... okay. Okay. My inventory is quite full. But what are these? Amazon spawners. What the heck are those? I don't know. But honestly, this is really cool. Because I was wondering, what am I going to use for an XP farm? But there's 4 spawners all right there. And they're shooting bows, so that means I could probably farm arrows too. Pretty cool. We're going to not break those spawners. Oh, there's even more up here. Oh, this could turn into a great XP farm. Okay, we're gonna get out of here because we don't really have the stuff, the inventory space to get that stuff anyway. But we can turn that into a crazy mob grinder later. If you guys have any suggestions on how I can turn that like 8 spawner contraption room into a mob grinder, let me know, because I'm not the best at building those mob grinders, but I know that with all those spawners, there's potential for something like some crazy XP gain. And hopefully they drop some stuff that could be useful too. Alright, here we are flying back into our nice colony, the Infernus colony. We have quite a bit of items now that should help us progress. We have so much food for our citizens. We have leather. We have tons of beds for housing. I gathered all this dye because I know we'll need the dye. We're going to be able to make a lot of glass. We got acacia and jungle saplings that we're going to need to upgrade uh, our builder to level 3. So I'm really happy with that exploration trip we got. And also we should be able to use the arcane essence to make our final piece of mage gear. Oh, we are getting raided. Sorry if that's really loud. What? Mysterious wars have been spotted at the north of Infernus. So this happens at nighttime sometimes. We've had a few of these before, but I've always been like not ready to record. But now I'm actually ready to record. So we're gonna find out where this raid is coming from. So the raids make it all foggy, as you can see. Well, as you probably can't see. So we're gonna get our Flaming Barrage spell equipped. And we're gonna look at our mini map to find where I think they are. I think they're over here, because I see all these red dots on the mini map. Maybe it's not them over here. If we don't kill them fast, though, they will eventually get into the town and just start killing the villagers. We don't have any guards yet. Aha, there they are. Oh, that hurts. They're like, what the heck are these guys? They're not the regular barbarians. The Norsemen, okay. But anyway, we killed them. They don't happen too often. Probably once about every 10-ish Minecraft days. But you got to be on top of them. But killing them actually leveled us to level 30, which is awesome. Hitting level 30 means obviously we can now enchant level 30 enchantments, and we can get some actual good tools. I'm honestly probably going to start with a enchanted axe because of how much wood we have to chop. But for the first little bit here, we might not have to chop that much, because look at all these logs we have. Look at all these spruce logs. Our woodcutter has been going while we've been doing all these other things. So we should just be able to start crafting now that we have all of those extra things. Just finished making the full scarecrow set now. We'll want to get this enchanted as well. It looks pretty cool. And it also provides us like diamond armor level protection while giving us 400, or I think it gives us 300 extra max mana. So this is sick. I don't really know how it repairs, so hopefully we can get some mending on this. But it's going to be very nice for mining and doing all the other things with these spells. Alright, I'm really happy what we just accomplished with our mining and our exploration, but it's time to get back to the colony. I'm trying to provide a good mix of everything. That way these videos, again, aren't just place building, wait for it to be done, show you finish building, repeat. So anyway, let's look at our request scroll, or our request clipboard, and you're going to see why I did that exploration. We need all sorts of different dyed purple, blue, acacia. We need nether bricks, so we're going to have to go to the nether. So that's why I just did that. We should have everything now that we need to get that done. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is gather obsidian, because we're going to the nether. The rest of the materials that I need to make this tier 3 builder's hut is all in the nether. Before we head into the nether, we can actually give that a light right now. We're going to use up some of our levels, because it would be a shame if we died and lost them. So we could put on breaking 3 on an axe. Put fire protection 4 on our chest plate. Protection 4 on the helmet. I think that's gonna win. Oh man, no one breaking or anything. You know, I'd like to survive in there. Yes, I do want a better axe, but that can come later. But surviving in the nether to get the materials I need comes now. So let me put away the stuff we don't need real quick. Okay, let's head on into the nether. And let's see what we can find. Hopefully we get a good spawn. Just now realizing I didn't bring any blocks, but okay. Not the worst spawn, but I have no idea what the heck this is. Okay, we are already going to be getting assaulted, so we need to just start. Honestly, we're just gonna get moving. Okay, before we get moving though, journey map, portal, just so we don't get lost. and now let's go ahead and explore. So what we need is, of course, netherrack, as well as soul sand. So while we're right here, actually, could the hammer? Oh, we can hammer this stuff. Okay. Yeah, I think I just spotted some soul sand in the nether ceiling here. So we're gonna risk it here. We're gonna pillar up in the nether above lava while I hear ghast. We could also get shot by a crossbow from a piglin. So this is a big risk, but we need this soul sand. Or else we can't continue making those great buildings. So let's go ahead and... No! Oh my gosh. I keep forgetting that's an entity. Okay. Well, at least we know we can jump down when we're done, and it won't kill us. Okay, that was really scary. I thought I was dead. Thankfully, that's not in lava or anything, so that wouldn't be the worst. But let's make a platform up here. And then we can use our hammer spell. That way we don't just fall off again. There we go. I think most of it's coming to our inventory. Soul sand! So while we wait for stuff to cook up, I'll kind of explain my storage situation a little bit more. The reason we have all these individual chests laid out like this is because we have the iron chest mod. So that is going to allow us to, let's say we can grab this. We can make a copper upgrade, because that's really all copper is good for. And now that chest that's full, now we got an extra 2 spaces. So we can do that for all the ones that are getting full. And eventually we'll be able to get the crystal upgrade or diamond upgrade or whatever the best one is. And all of these will be bigger than double chests. And they'll all be nice and arrayed here. And we'll get some signs on these eventually labeling what they are. It's going to be nice. I really like how this whole thing's set up. Also, this block is open because we are going to put a drawer controller there. We needed quartz for that. And now that we have quartz, we can make that drawer controller, which will just make this quicker. When we need to deposit stuff into our drawer section. Whenever I get to this stage in Minecraft, I'm always so happy when I can start to make bubble elevators. Like eventually I'll turn this into a bubble elevator too, but when I don't have to use ladders anymore to get around is always a massive win. Okay, we're going to end off this video with placing down our hospital. We're probably going to put it next to the university. Probably just right over here. It's kind of out on its own, but we need to start using more of our available space because everything's getting clumped together and it's hard for me to place stuff over there. Somebody mentioned in the comments on a couple videos ago that the guard towers actually expand out the most, so I'm not too worried about putting buildings on the edge anymore because I can put guard towers on the edge to expand the place bigger. So I'm just going to pick places that look really nice. This one here I think will be really nice for our hospital. So we're going to go ahead and go to our fundamentals, hospital. There looks like there is no alternate. So this is the one, this is the hospital we will end up with. I do want the front door to be there. Just a quaint little hospital here. You know, I don't see anything wrong with this placement here. We're going to go ahead and hit a good old submit. All right, the hospital is finished. We can go ahead and assign our baby villager, Dayton, to the hospital. Let's go ahead and recall him over here. And, oh, he was eating. Sorry, guy. We are going to set a minimum stock of potato and carrot. So we'll set that, and then carrot. So he is always going to have potatoes and carrots here. So whenever someone gets influenza, they can come here and he will be able to give them the cure. We actually have carrots on us right now.
So what will it be for you?
So we can just go ahead and put some in there. But now as we get carrots and potatoes in our warehouse, when he starts to run out, she will bring him over some carrots and potatoes. So to help her out, because she is our only courier and we are starting to get a lot of villagers, we'll grab some potatoes and we'll bring them over. I think they might all be at the restaurant here, but we have just a little bit longer, 5% left on the builder's hut. So this is a good time to say, if you guys are enjoying the series, I would really appreciate a like and a subscription, or, you know, I hate asking, but it does help the channel. And I'm planning on, you know, actually getting to the 500 citizen goal. So it would be super awesome if we could get some more eyes on this series as well, and likes and subscriptions actually do help with that. But this here, Builder Hut, he only has a couple of, or she, sorry, Elsa only has a couple things left to place, and then we will have a Builder Set level 3. So the importance of a Builder Set level 3 is that we can start to get everything else level 3, and I will come over here to the university, which we will also have to upgrade to level 2, to show you why this matters that much. So we can start to unlock these special buildings, like unlocking the stonemason's hut. We need a level 3 mine for that. Unlocking the sawmill, we need a level 3 forester for that. So the reason why that matters is because the sawmill, the stonemason, all of them, they can auto craft for us. So let's say someone needs spruce stairs, okay? They can put a request into the sawmill. The courier will then bring the logs to the sawmill. The sawmill will then craft exactly what they need, and the courier will bring it to where it needs to go. That is going to save an insane amount of time, and it's really not that far away. That's what I've been working towards. Minecolonies does definitely take some time to get started, especially when you're starting from a brand new world and you're not bringing in like a bunch of resources. But I think we're arriving. Level 3 Builder's Hut is exactly what we need to start really making that big progress. We have done it. This is awesome. We have the level 3 Builder's Hut. I'm so excited to what this means for the future. We can now get the logger upgraded, the miner to level 3, the farm to level 3. We're going to spam all these level 3s out, and then we're going to get even more buildings and get those auto crafters going. We're going to get that university, probably university level 2, and the logger level 2 will be my next goals. And then we're going to get our final level 1 house, I believe. I'm not sure where it is, but we have one more level 1 house somewhere. We're going to level that up. And then we will have an auto crafter for wood, which is going to be absolutely insane for time saving. We can start to spam out so many buildings. We're going to get some guard posts built, expand the settlement. So it's going to be awesome. Thank you all for kind of coming on this ride with me. Appreciate each and every one of you for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. See you later.